Hey there, my name is Trish from Downey's Candle Company. Thank you for stopping by my channel. In this week's video, I am going to make a silicone mold. I was looking for a certain size cinnamon rolls to make, and I just couldn't find a silicone mold that was the size I wanted, so I decided I would look into how to make one myself. So if you want to see how I do that, please keep watching.
The materials that you'll need for this are pretty simple. Just a mixing bowl, which I'm using this glass one, a mixing utensil, and I just have this plastic spoon. The silicone rubber, I got this one off of Amazon from the company Let's Resin. And it also says you can color it, so I'm using this Mad Mica's blue to make it a pretty blue color. The ratio that you use for this is a 1-to-1 ratio. And I'm using both bottles. I've never made a silicone mold before, and I want to make sure it covers the top. So I'm just using both containers in there. The thing that I'm molding, I've already put together. I used polymer clay to make these cinnamon rolls because I want to do some wax melts, and I also want to maybe put some on the top of the candle. I'm also making smoothie bowls, so I needed some bananas. I couldn't find a banana mold online, and so I also used some polymer clay, and I made some banana shapes that I'm going to mold as well, so I can make some bananas for my smoothie bowl. So I'm just going to mix this for quite a while. I just want to make sure it's all mixed before I think it says to mix it for, 3 or 4 minutes. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. Get this all mixed, and then I will be back when we're ready to pour it. Okay, so now this is all mixed up and I'm ready to pour it. Got my container all ready. I stuck these down with wick stickers. I had thought about using a hot glue gun and gluing them down, but I really wasn't sure if that's something I could do with silicone rubber, so let me know if I can. But I just used wick stickers on the bottom and tried to seal them all down so none of this rubber gets underneath. And I'm glad I used both containers because I can see it goes over the top of them just a little bit, which is what I was looking for, to have a little bit of a thick bottom to it. So I think this is going to work out nicely. I'm just going to get all this scooped on top. And then I'm going to let it set up. I think it said maybe 4 to 6 hours, but it didn't really tell me, if you use both bottles, it's going to be 4 to 6 hours, or maybe if you use a smaller amount. So I'm going to go ahead and let this set up overnight, and then tomorrow I will be back and we will unmold it, and then I'm going to make some cinnamon rolls and bananas in here so that we can see how it comes out with these. So I will be back tomorrow when this is all set up. Okay, it's tomorrow now, and this is set up. So now I'm going to try to pull it out. It's nice and hard and feels like a pretty thick silicone mold. I'm just going to try to get this pulled out of here. I think maybe because my container's like tapered a little bit down. That's what you call it. It slants in a little bit. It's being a little bit harder to get out of here. So I think I'm going to get a tool that I can slide in, like a knife or something that I can slide in there and maybe help loosen it from the bottom and get it pulled out of there. I just grabbed this little spatula that I use when I am frosting cupcakes or cakes or stuff like that I'm making. And that's just enough. It's thin, so it was just enough to get in there, and it didn't make any marks in the silicone. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now I just gotta get the rest of it out. This is pretty thick. I'm sure they make some kind of containers that you're supposed to use when you make a silicone mold. This is all I had on hand because I don't plan on making a ton of them. So I didn't want to buy anything special for it. but it's thick. It is nice and thick, and it's so pretty with that mica coloring. Wow, I really like it. That really came out really, really pretty. I don't know, the coloring might be my favorite part of it. Oh, this looks like a little air bubble in there, but I guess I don't really care about that as long as it's not where my mold was. And those wick stickers worked pretty good because not much got underneath there. Just a few little straggly pieces where I can easily probably clean up with some scissors. And I like how the detail of the tops are. You can see I put little seed holes for my bananas, I guess if that's what you call them, and then the swirls for my cinnamon rolls came out very nice. So I just grabbed these little scissors that I have from my Cricut kit. And they're just tiny and they're pretty sharp, so they're easy enough to get all those little scraggly edges off. Not that it would matter when you put the wax in. I don't really think it would impact it. Maybe if you put it right to the top, but just to me it'll be nice because it'll look good without that in there. So I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to get all these off, and then we're going to get some wax heated up, and we're going to come back and pour some stuff. Alright, so I'm just finishing up getting these little pieces off. I'm so crazy about getting every last little piece. But this is a nice mold. This is really, really thick and sturdy. This will last forever probably, or maybe at least until I lose it or something. I don't know. But I like the way it came out. It is very nice. And now I'm going to get some wax melted up so that I can pour some bananas and I can pour some cinnamon rolls. Okay, so I melted some wax up and I am back. I've got this yellow, which will be a pale yellow when it cools down. I've scented that with a scent called Monkey Farts from Sierra Candle Company, and that is just a really strong banana scent that I really like, and I colored it obviously with yellow. And then the other one I have ready is for the cinnamon rolls. The scent I use for that is from Candle Science, and it's called Cinnamon and Vanilla, and I think it smells like a nice cinnamon bun to me. I think it's a really nice cinnamon bun type scent. That one I used brown, and I think I used a little bit of orange too I was trying to, get that cooked cinnamon roll color, which I think it came out pretty good. I think I still need to do a little work on the coloring to get it just to be the perfect color that I imagine in my head, but I think it came out pretty good. And I'm just using these little pipettes to pour this in there so that I'm not using a spout in where they're small. Knowing me, I would get it all over, and then my cinnamon buns would have some yellow banana in them, and my bananas would have some cinnamon rolls in them. So I figured to keep it clean and simple, I will use the pipettes, even if it might take a little bit longer on the cinnamon rolls. But I am just going to finish filling these, and then I am going to let them harden up, and I will come back and I will show you what the finished product looks like. I am back. These are all set up and ready for me to pop out. They didn't take too long to set up, especially the bananas. They're pretty thin, as you can see. So I think those took maybe half an hour. Cinnamon rolls, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. But this is a pretty flexible mold, so they pop out really easily, like any of the store-bought ones that I've used in the past. And the cinnamon rolls came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the coloring. Now I just need to watch one of the like foodie candle channels where they, brush on, I think it's dye to make it actually look like it is a cooked cinnamon roll, with the different coloring as it bakes. And then those will be perfect. I'm going to add some mica for the cinnamon in the indents there, but I'm not doing that today because I have to do some research on how to do the coloring on it. But this mold, I think I used the right amount on here because it goes down pretty far and there's still a pretty thick layer on the back. So I hope you liked watching this. I really had fun making this mold. I don't know when I'll need to make a mold in the future, but now I'm pretty confident in doing it. So anyways, thank you for stopping by my channel and thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a good day.